Hi, I'm Steve Jones from Redgate Software and SQL Server Central, and I want to talk to you today about how you can build an image from a backup file in SQL Clone. Over here you can see I've got my SQL Clone dashboard. I've got a number of images and clones set up already, but I want to create a new image from a backup file as opposed to a live database. This can be handy if I've gotten a backup file from another server that I don't have access to, for example in production, and I want to build something that my developers can use. So I'll click this Create Image dialog, and you'll notice I have choices here between a backup and SQL Server. In this case, we want to use a backup file. Now I do need to choose a SQL Server that I can use, and this is going to be used because we need the SQL Server executables to actually read the backup and do the restore, but we won't use any disk space on the server as you see here. Now I need to choose my backup file. I can choose a single backup file or a striped backup. The only difference is number of files. In this case, I want to use a single backup file. So let me flip over and grab my path to my backup files. And you notice I have this nba.back file, which is what I want to use. So let's paste this in here and we'll add the name of the backup file. And note if there was a password here, I could include that. In this case, I'll continue. And now I move to the modification step. Here I could actually drop a data masker for SQL Server masking set file, or just a simple SQL script that will run on that restored database if I want to mask data. In this case, I'm not going to do that, so I'll skip modifications. And then I need a path. Now I'm using a local path, which is not recommended because typically we want to share where other machines can access things, but this is a home lab, so that's fine. And we'll call this the NBA base teen 308 backup, or the image file. Now I choose that name because when I glance at a number of images as I'm working across different databases, I may have different versions of this database. For example, if I wanted to update this image, I may do another nba.base with a different file name or a different date because it's a different change. So I want to make sure I have that handy so that I can see that. And you can see in a few seconds we've actually built that image, and we could now quickly create a clone if we wanted to. I know where the backup file was that created this, and then the image file. Of course, if my backup file had a date stamp on it, then I would have more metadata information as well. We can see this appears on my dashboard. I see the name, and this is why I include that date so that I can quickly see it amongst all the different items that I have. For example, I have this other NBA base one here that I created a little while ago. So this allows me to kind of pick and choose which image I want to use for which clones. Hopefully this has been helpful for you in understanding how to create a SQL Clone image from a backup file. I'm Steve Jones for SQL Server Central and Redgate Software.